Imagine a presidential project so grand that it requires uprooting pieces of history, literally. 2 historic magnolia trees, planted in honor of former presidents, and the iconic Jacqueline Kennedy Garden have seemingly been sacrificed to make way for a $300 million White House ballroom. But here's where it gets controversial. These changes were made without consulting the government commission tasked with preserving D.C.'s historic buildings. And this is the part most people miss. The same administration that paved over the Rose Garden earlier this year is now altering the landscape of the White House grounds, sparking debates about preservation versus progress. Satellite images released on Thursday reveal the full scope of the demolition work on the White House's East Wing and its impact on the surrounding parkland. According to former officials of the National Capital Planning Commission, NCPC, who spoke to ABC News, the project bypassed the very body established by federal law to ensure the integrity of government buildings in the nation's capital. Visible construction, including the removal of at least 6 trees, began more than 3 weeks ago, as evidenced by satellite images taken over the past month. Among the casualties are 2 magnolia trees dating back to the 1940s, planted to commemorate Presidents Warren G. Harding and Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Jacqueline Kennedy Garden, originally established as the Colonial Garden in 1903 by First Lady Edith Roosevelt, was also leveled during the demolition. This comes just months after President Trump paved over the Rose Garden, which shared the same architect. The White House announced this summer that the Ballroom project would begin in September and be completed before the end of Trump's term. However, the lack of consultation with the NCPC raises questions about transparency and respect for historical preservation. Here's the kicker. Trump previously assured that the Ballroom project would not interfere with the existing East Wing structure. It'll be near it but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of, he said in July. Yet the images tell a different story. A White House official stated that Trump plans to submit the project to the NCPC for approval, but has not yet done so, a stark contrast to historical precedent, where plans are typically approved before any demolition begins. When discussing the project earlier this month, Trump expressed astonishment at the lack of an approval process, comparing it to his experience in New York. I said, "How long will it take me?" "Sir, you can start tonight. You have no approvals." I said, "You gotta be kidding," he recounted. They said, "Sir, this is the White House. You're the President of the United States. You can do anything you want. Is this a bold step toward modernizing the White House? Or a disregard for its historical legacy?" The removal of trees planted in honor of past presidents and the demolition of gardens with over a century of history are not just physical changes, they're symbolic. What do you think? Is this progress, or are we losing something irreplaceable? Let's discuss in the comments.